Welcome to First LEGO League Robot Design Judge Training. This part of the training will prepare you to judge First LEGO League teams' design processes and robots. The robot game often generates the most attention of all the components of First LEGO League. Robot design judges need to be familiar with the robot game rules, missions, and updates that are regularly posted throughout the season. Teams and judges can find the challenge on the First LEGO League website. The full Robot Game Challenge is also included in the Robot Design Judge Prep Pack. The Robot Design Judging session is a design review. It will last at least 10 minutes and take place in a separate judging area. The judging area may include a robot game table with a challenge set. During the judging sessions, teams will demonstrate their design process, programming, strategies, and technical knowledge. During the robot design judging sessions, teams will often begin with a presentation. In many regions, the teams may prepare a robot design executive summary and present it at the beginning of the session. A great way to begin the robot design session is to ask teams if they have a presentation to share. If not, you might start by saying, "Please tell me about your robot." Teams may, at their choice, demonstrate at least one robot game mission during the robot design session. It's not important by itself whether the mission is successful. Teams often find that the robot game tables in judging rooms are not as high quality as official game tables, and the robots don't perform the same as they will on the official tables or during practices. Instead, watching the robot allows you to gain information about how the robot moves, whether the mechanics work as intended, balance of speed and power, and other factors. Some regions do not provide robot game tables in the judging rooms. Judges can still learn about the same factors observed in a robot run through asking teams to describe their robot's performance and requesting supporting data or information. For example, some teams may be able to tell you how many times out of 10 runs the robot is successful. Finish the judging session by asking teams questions to learn more about their robot or design process. If teams do have a presentation, it's best to not interrupt them with questions. Although it may seem tempting to separate the team into programmers and builders, First LEGO League teams should be judged all together. The First LEGO League partner for each region decides whether teams will be required to present a robot design executive summary. If it's used in your area, be sure to review the instructions provided to teams so you'll know what to expect. Like the core values poster, the Robot Design Executive Summary is intended to serve as a tool for teams to communicate information to judges. Robot Design Executive Summaries consist of a short presentation, less than 4 minutes long. It should include robot facts and design details and end with the trial run of a robot game mission. Teams are not required to provide a written copy or other handout. When talking with teams, choose questions that will help you complete the rubric. Be sure to ask about any items on the rubric if you need more information. As mentioned in the general First LEGO League Judge Training, good questions are open-ended, contain only one idea, and lead the team to provide the information you need. A few good questions are: how did you get your robot to stay together? What did you do to make your programs understandable and easy to use? And what part of your design do you think is unique to your team? Refer to the Judge Prep Pack for a helpful list of sample questions. Consider making a list of standard questions you'll ask every team, but also be ready to ask each team the right questions to help you complete the rubric. The First LEGO League Robot Design Rubric represents a set of criteria on which to evaluate teams' robots and design processes. The rubric is divided into 3 skill areas: mechanical design, programming, and strategy and innovation. Each team should be judged on the information that they provide in the judging room rather than the information from another source. While each rubric criteria is equally weighted, they are interdependent. For example, a durable, simple design should be considered better than one that is highly innovative but fragile. Mechanical design covers durability, mechanical efficiency, and mechanization. For durability, robots should be able to withstand the rigors on the field without having pieces break off on contact. Under mechanical efficiency, robot structures and attachments should show a judicious use of parts. However, do not penalize teams for adding small bits of flair. Remember the core value: we have fun. In mechanization, look for effective mechanical components that balance speed and power. Programming covers programming quality, efficiency, automation, navigation. Programming quality is judged by how consistently the robot performs. Examples would be audible checks or a simplified menu system that teams use to organize the sections of code that they need for specific missions. In programming efficiency, the goal is to encourage teams to develop modular code. Look for code that is portable, flexible, and reusable. Automation navigation means that the robot operates with minimal drive intervention. A prudent use of sensors is much more efficient than physically pointing the robot at a target. Strategy and innovation includes design process, mission strategy, and innovation. In design process, judges should look for teams to explain their development cycles. Use of testing cycles where systematic processes are used is better than trial and error. Mission strategy is fairly straightforward. Determine whether the team has set goals and considered balancing risk and reward in their strategy. Innovation is often a hard area to judge. Judges need to be on the lookout for creativity, uniqueness, cool attachments, or programming tricks. Remember, innovation includes adding benefits, so make sure that the team can state the benefits of their cool feature. Innovation should be judged relative to the other teams at your tournament. It's okay if you've seen the design elsewhere if it's used in a different way than other teams at your tournament. The rubric is divided into the 3 robot design sub-areas. As a judge, you'll evaluate team performance in each rubric criteria. From beginning to exemplary, each rubric area specifies the team behavior you should see at that level. You can mark ND for not demonstrated if the team doesn't provide any information to help you assess what they did. In First LEGO League, we'd like every team to strive for the accomplished level. One approach to evaluating a team is to start by assuming they are accomplished, then adjust their evaluation based on the team's performance. Please provide as much written feedback as possible in the comment section of the rubric. Teams will be very thankful for positive comments or well-phrased constructive criticism that helps them improve. When you first meet in your judge pair, determine a system to keep detailed notes, complete rubrics, and make comments in between teams so that you'll stay on time while giving quality feedback. Try to include at least one positive comment and one item to improve in each comment box. You'll find some phrases to help inspire your comment writing in the Judge Prep Pack. When taking notes, discussing teams, and completing rubrics, be specific and share examples or evidence that supports why the team achieved a particular evaluation. Specific comments are more helpful to teams than general impressions. When writing feedback for teams, recognize that teams work hard and treat them with respect. Compliment the children's achievements with vocabulary appropriate for the subject matter. Make sure you positively communicate opportunities to improve. Keep all your comments constructive. Here are a few good examples of comments that cite evidence for a team at the accomplished level. The use of a single design to connect your attachments helped ensure the durability of your robot. Using documentation and single-purpose MyBlocks helped team members understand programs others had written. Use of larger wheels raised the robot chassis above the debris, but a change in design might improve the robot's center of gravity. Since time is short, don't worry too much about writing full sentences, but focus on positively conveying why you placed the team at that level. At the bottom of the rubric, circle one or more areas of strength for the team. This acknowledges the team's efforts and lets them know that the judges recognized their strengths. During initial deliberations, these strength areas may help you select teams for award nominations. In addition to the general award eligibility requirements, teams must follow the allowable equipment and software rules in order to win any robot performance or robot design awards. Teams are allowed to bring additional parts to judging sessions, such as a second robot or a prototype attachment used during the design process, as long as they clearly identify the extra parts and that the extras are not being used on the table. Most of the time, teams with high robot performance scores will also do well in robot design judging. When the high performance is not aligned, however, take a second look. Sometimes teams with a great robot design just have a bad day on the game tables, or high-scoring teams don't have excellent designs. Robot design judging is done separately from the robot game scores to recognize both great design and great performance. Robot game scores should only influence robot design judging when you're having a hard time deciding between two teams who are otherwise equal. Core values are just as important within robot design as other judged areas. If you find that a team doesn't understand or can't explain how they came up with their robot design or programming, you might have a concern about adult intervention. Report any concerns to the judge advisor so they may be further investigated. In order to be fair and equitable, the robots used for First LEGO League have a list of allowable parts and software. The allowable equipment and software are listed in the robot game rules. Allowable RCX, NXT, and EV3 parts include the controllers and the sensors pictured here. Equipment allowed also includes the RCX, NXT, and EV3 motors pictured here. First LEGO League teams are allowed to include 4 motors on the robots. Teams are also allowed to use the lamps, cables, batteries, or battery packs in the quantities listed in the challenge. Read the robot game rules carefully so that you're familiar with the types and quantities of parts from all 3 generations of LEGO Mindstorm's robotics kits. Note that parts not shown in the pictures are not allowed, including items that may be sold by LEGO but are not manufactured by LEGO. Here are the allowed software options: LEGO Mindstorms, RoboLab, LEGO Mindstorms NXT-G, and LEGO Mindstorms EV3. Software that is not allowed includes text-based and outside software, such as custom NXT-G blocks, LabVIEW, and RobotC. Software options are limited because team coaches have varying experiences with programming. Like the equipment rules, the software limits help give every team an equal foundation. So, how will you know which teams to consider for awards? The teams who win awards will stand out from other teams. You'll see that they often have autonomous robots that accommodate variances in field setup kits and tables. Collect their own data to support or test design choices. For example, using mission repeatability data to choose between 2 chassis designs. Explain and follow a clear design process, including documented programs, design features, and decision-making. Explain the engineering and physics behind the robot design. Sometimes it's easy to nominate the team for an award because they were memorable for their big, complicated robot or their high robot performance score. While teams who win awards might have those qualities too, look beyond their initial appeal to determine whether the other items on the rubric support them rising to the top for robot design. Keep in mind that sometimes a great candidate for an award will be a team who fails to run a successful mission during the judging session. A great robot design might not perform in judging due to limitations in the way the robot design judging room was set up. Now, what does a team at the accomplished level look like? Refer to your judge prep pack for a detailed example of an accomplished team. You have many tools available to you to prepare you to be a robot design judge and make awards decisions at the tournament. After completing this training, be sure to review the Robot Design Judging Prep Pack, which includes the Robot Design Judging Primer. The Prep Pack contains a more in-depth discussion of each rubric criteria and provides additional tips for judges. You'll want to review the rubric carefully and have a copy available as you answer the Robot Design certification questions. The Robot Design Judging Prep Pack includes the challenge document for each season. It's also available on the First LEGO League website. Be sure to check the robot game updates on the website before attending your tournament. With all of these tools and guidance from the head judge and judge advisor, you'll be well prepared to select the best teams to receive robot design awards at your tournament. Now is a great time for a little practice. Begin by reviewing the Robot Design rubric available as part of the Robot Design Prep Pack or the First LEGO League website. Next, find a video of a team at a robot design judging session at a past tournament. You might search YouTube or other video sharing sites, or use a video provided by your first LEGO League partner or judge advisor. While you watch the video, think about what questions you would ask the team. Then, complete a practice rubric for the team based on what you saw. If possible, ask another person to review the video with you. Then, pretend you're part of a judge pair with that person, compare notes, and complete one rubric together as you would at a tournament. Thank you for completing Robot Design Judge Training. Be sure to answer the certification questions in order to complete Robot Design Judge certification. You'll need to receive at least 80% to pass, but you can try again if you need to do so. You should now be prepared to serve as a robot design judge at an official First LEGO League event. We hope you have a great time and consider volunteering for another First event in the future.